Hey everybody, Thomas here. We're gonna put the Massey Ferguson to work this afternoon. I actually started this video 3 days ago, but you know how things get on the farm, and we had some rain, and we went to go look at some stuff around the area. Long story short, we got back from northern Alabama and southern Tennessee on Tuesday. Today is Friday. I'm just now getting back to this. So I'm gonna go ahead and reshoot the beginning of this video here, just the introduction. We were able to haul back a number of logs from Tennessee. Most of these are cedar, and some of these logs right here, these little small pieces, are actually the box elder. Now, I left these out in the sun the past few days, and they've actually lost a lot of their red color. So that's something of interest. You can see there's some color there, but I had a whole lot of color in these pieces here, but there's a little bit more there. But being in the sun, they lost some of their color. I'm sure once I plane these down, sand them down, whatever, more of that color is going to pop out. But what I have to say about box elder is, man, it smells absolutely disgusting. This section right here, I kept it in a large area, or a large kind of cant and everything, because it's like a triple crotch. It was actually this big crotch section right there that was split in half, and you'll see at the bottom of this, at the back of this trailer, how big the actual log section is. But the box elder is there in the middle, surrounded by cedar logs. So most of these logs were 12 to 14 foot length, and there's one on here that's absolutely like a primo of cedar. That massive thing right there, that is the actual box elder. Not quite as big as what I was thinking, but it's still big. I think we're in the 28-inch, maybe 30-inch diameter. Regardless, pretty amazing. This cedar log right here, it's about 16 foot long. I went ahead and counted the rings on that. There's very little, or if any, branches that come off of that. And the one above it, that's one of the best looking cedar logs I've ever seen. There's like nothing on that. But just give you an example, this log right here is 83 years old, give or take a 5 or so, because there was a few rings in there that are so tight I couldn't tell. So 80 something years old, and this is the small end, and maybe at like 11 inches or so in diameter on the small end. On the big end's a little bit more, but not much. Straight, again, fantastic looking cedar. No, not a whole lot of soft spots. And then you get like a tree like this, and it's got quite a few soft spots, but that's fine. I actually have some customers who are really into that. In fact, the lady coming over tomorrow, she's actually going to be here, and I'll do a video on that tomorrow. We're going to take some of these logs here and slab them up. So I'll do a reference cut, turn them 180, and slab them down all the way down at 3/4 inch thickness. The last one, of course, being a 1-inch board. But long story short, we need to go ahead and get this tractor rolling. I'll put the video out. I'm going to do it real time so you can see this thing. And I've got these logs set up right here that I'll put everything on. The other reason why I'm putting them out here is because I have an individual who's wanting to buy some logs. I typically don't sell logs. However, he has bought he's bought boards from me before. He ended up buying a small sawmill, and he wanted to try cutting some cedar, and he wanted some better cedar than what we have down here in Mississippi. So I said, I'll let a few of these go. Other than that, also, some of those other small pieces right there, we had a local subscriber in the area. He requested some box elder to turn on the lathe. Sent him home some the other day. He was pretty impressed with how bad they stink. Yes, box elder does not smell good. At least this one doesn't. Other than that, yeah, here we go. We'll get ready. This should give you a pretty good angle to see. Now again, most cedar's pretty light, but that box elder, at full length, it was pretty heavy. We actually had to cut it down. I don't know the length on it right now, but that's about a 2,500 pound log. And we'll go ahead and go through the paces on getting this off. There was a request to see some of the Massey Ferguson in action, so I'll do this video showing the lifting capability. And here soon, I'm going to have to get the box blade out there to work on some driveway stuff. And I also got to get the bush hog out there. And I'll talk about the bush hog I have, because it's a beast of a bush hog. But here we go. Let's go ahead and do this one first, and then later down, sorry, my dog's licking the camera. Later down the road, we'll go ahead and do some other implements on the tractor so you can see the performance of the tractor. And then tomorrow, which will be Saturday, I got to be careful because it's also my wife's and my 11-year anniversary. So I'll cut a little bit in the morning, then we'll do something in the afternoon, something fun. But tomorrow I will be cutting up some cedar, so hopefully I get that video out. I'm going to try to post this video on Friday the 5th of June, and the cedar cutting video I'll try to get out on the 7th of June, so stay tuned. Thanks. Not too shabby. Again, pretty nice haul. I'm very impressed with this cedar log and this cedar log, and heck, they're all pretty good. Like this one here is one actually I found on our property. It had been dead for a while. We pulled it out. I'm gonna get some pretty nice stuff out of that too. This one, I think, is actually the base of this tree right here. Something like that. But yeah, giant box elder log. Looks kind of gnarly. It does have some bug damage in there, but I think that's just going to add more to the character. You can see some of that color there, and if you could only smell, oh boy, she don't smell good. She's gnarly. Got crazy fungus growing all over, but that right there would actually make a pretty nice cookie. But this is probably destined for something else. We'll see. I don't know how I'm going to cut this up yet. I'm looking forward to doing this in a video. I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that I'm the only one down here in southern Mississippi that has a box elder log of this size that I'm going to be able to cut up. And what's on the tractor is the other little small piece. But trailer and truck ran great on the trip. I was very happy. Got to see some family, so that was great. Got to do some fishing with the kids, so that was always a blast. Looking forward to going up at some point. I can't wait to get up to the farm at some point once all this crud dies down. So, you know, stay tuned, and please stay tuned again this weekend after I get this video out. Tomorrow I'll be cutting up some of this cedar. or some other cedar I have for a lady who's going to be making some doors for her cabinets. And it's really interesting. We'll be slabbing down cedar, like I said, at 3/4 of an inch, and we'll cut it in half. She'll fold it in on itself and make some epoxy doors for her kitchen. Her whole house, I've supplied her with a lot of wood. That's really interesting. She's very brave to mess with the amount of epoxy she's messing with. She's done some amazing work though. I'm very proud of the stuff she's been able to do with some of the wood that I've cut for her, and it's always cool to see some of the finished products. So stay tuned and we'll see you around, and thanks for subscribing. Thanks.